Welcome back, dear viewers, and you are still watching Cairo Local Time. And in this segment, we will focus on the discovery of 59 sealed sarcophagi in Saqqara necropolis. And from the site of the discovery itself, we are joined over the phone by Dr. Mohamed Seaidy, Director of the Scientific Office of the Secretary General of the Supreme Council of Antiquities. Good afternoon, Dr. Mohamed.
Good afternoon.
So, Dr. Mohamed, I know now that you are in the site of Saqqara necropolis, where 59 sealed sarcophagi were discovered the past days. So, can you tell us more about the importance of this discovery?
It's very important for us at first because we are Egyptian mission.
Yes.
And this is the huge number of the sarcophagus until now. I want to add, until now, 59. It's going to be more than like we expect.
Yes.
More than 100 or something after a few weeks, because the site still continue to give us the mysterious down a lot of shafts. The story started when we work in this site since years ago. This is the fourth season. The first season we discovered it's the cemetery necropolis for the animals.
Yes.
For the goddess Bastet in the ancient time. And for that, in the first season, we discovered dozens of statues and mummy of cats. And we observed in the first season big scale of cats, big mummy. So we examine it. It's a wonderful thing for us. It's a lion cub. So it's the first time for any mission in Egypt to find something like that. And also in the second season, we discovered the intact tomb with 65 statue in the wall. So it's well painted, well decorated. And in the third season, we discovered what we called it animal cachette. In animal cachette, we found a lot of things like a scarab, mummified scarab, like a mongoose mummy, like a crocodile, snakes. Beside the main goddess of this area, which we discovered all of our findings, Bastet or the cat. And the story for the fourth season, we started it in the beginning of August. After 10 days, when we clean all of the surface of our site, we found the beginning of the shaft, the edge of the shaft. It's the first shaft, so we call our head of our mission, Dr. Waziri, Mustafa Waziri, is the Secretary General of the Supreme Council of Antiquities, and he give us a time to clean all of the area, and then he came for us, and we have a quick decision to get down in this shaft. The shaft continued to 11 meters, then give us a hole or a main hole. Main hole, we found the six coffin, wooden coffin, well decorated, well sealed, and this is the first moment. So we say, wow, 6, it's something.
Yes.
But when we remove this 6 after documentation and we get them up, we found a lot of niches around us. These niches contain coffins. In a good preservation case of well preserved. Also the decoration, it's something like you draw it last night. It's very, very bright. It's very, but according to the area, the humidity it's very low, so it's very good for the case of coffin. So it seems like you did it last night, as I told you before.
Yes.
The first shaft we found 11. Then we are very, very honored for the first shaft. But according to our hard work in this site under the sun, the August sun, we found another shaft. This shaft, in this case, it's give us 13 coffins. So it's a number of coffins, and we clean it by chance. We clean all of the area around us again. We found the edge of another one. The third one, it's a huge. It's bigger than the one and the second one, which we found it last time. And this one exactly contained more than 30 coffin, seal coffin around all of these 30 Bitah Sukri statues. And we found a Nefertum statue. It's a bronze or metal statue. So we are very, very honored because we are Egyptian, headed by Egyptian or headed by the Secretary General of the Supreme Council of Antiquities, and we made it. We made it. We can say we are like now our teacher, or we can you can imagine, because our field is called Egyptology. But in the last time, our teachers foreigner. But now we can say we can be a teachers.
Yes.
So, and after that, Dr. Khalid, and according to the policy of our ministry, because now we are the Ministry of Tourism and Antiquities, we try to publicize this after coronavirus. So to encourage the people to come again, because here in Egypt we had the type of tourism called repeaters. So we need a new things, a new discoveries to invite people to come to see it. If you came in the last time, here, come another time to see a new things, a new discoveries by Egyptian people. And we have a very, very big press conferences in our site. The ministry invite more than 60 foreign ambassadors with the international and national and international media to cover this press conference. And now we complete our work. We find a lot of mummies, And the day before the conferences, the day before the press conference, we found another shaft, the fourth one, with more coffin.
Yes.
So the work is still complete. The work still go. So we expect to discover more.
The work is still undergoing, and the archaeologists are still in the site. So do you expect to find more discoveries in the coming days?
Inshallah.
You hope so. So
yes,
yes, please.
Yes, we will. We expect to find more things around our area, because it's a virgin area. It's intact area.
Yes. Okay. Sir, also, if we talk about these discoveries, and what do they tell us about ancient Egypt and the mysteries of Egyptian pharaohs?
It's a coffins. This group of coffins.
Yes. For
the high priests and high official people.
Yes.
High priests, it's something like anti-necropolis of the Bubastion temple. The people, they already work in this temple. They try to have a small concession, to be as a burial place or a cemetery for them. So for that, all of the people they serve this temple, they try to bury themselves in a holy place, because they consider this place it's something like a holy place. So they want to bury themselves in a place, in a holy place, like a paradise for them. So we expect more and more, find more statues, more coffin is still there.
Yes, Mr. Mohamed, also we'd like to know more about the bronze statue of God Nefertum in Saqqara necropolis, and tell us more about it.
The day before the press conference, as I told you before, when we found the fourth shaft, we found a main and big coffin in the one niches. So we tried to clean it, and our boss said we haven't no time to grab it up now. So we tried. So sir, forgive us. We try to clean it, to clean around it, and after that, if we have a time, we can grab it up, and if we haven't, just the cleaning. So when we cleaning around all of the head of the coffin, we found this wrapped metal statue or wrapped bronze statue beside the head of the coffin, and it's a big surprise. We call him, come to us now, and he came and he tried to open the crown with the lotus crown of this Nefertum. This is very, very beautiful statue. I'm never seen something like this before.
Yes. Because
it's inlaid with the lizard, with lapis lazuli, with something like we call it carnelian. and it's bronze.
Yes.
It's something like 35 tools,
So, sir,
centimeters.
yes, if we talk about this important discovery and how international media focused on this discovery.
All of the international media and
Yes.
also national media like you try
Yes.
to have a time with us at an interview or a call. So exactly, because we still continue our working, we haven't enough time to cover all of the international and national media.
Yes.
But we give them a press release as abbreviation for all of what we had in our site.
Yes.
Our media office can answer anyone with any question about this discovery. But because if we have a time, because every day we have something new in our site. Because you can imagine now, we started with 5 Egyptian missions, and now we are 45 Egyptian missions. So, and as my career, as my career as the director of the scientific office of Dr. Waziri, or the Secretary General of the Supreme Council of Antiquities, I should to manage all of the Egyptian missions. So every minute we have we have something, we have a finds, we have the good result for each of our sites around all of Egypt. But I want to tell you about this discovery exactly. The more result will come after we investigate the name and the title of these people. We will study it exactly because our minister said you should to move it to display in the Grand Egyptian Museum. So after that we have a time to study it, and more result will appear, inshallah.
So, sir, how can we evaluate, how can we promote for these discoveries abroad and for cultural tourism in general in Egypt?
You can imagine if you invite more than 60 ambassadors,
Yes.
and each ambassador have his TV, so you publicize it in out.
Yes.
Abroad, you can imagine in our press conference we have more than 20 channel and journalists wrote about this discovery. So I think it's a good board, it's a good publicize for this press conference, and we have a result. Inshallah, it will, because this is the first one, the first press conference after coronavirus.
Yes.
So we hope to encourage the tourists to come to us, to visit Egypt, and we have new things, new discoveries in our sites, a new museum, because our policy, our ministry policy, we set up about 5 museums around all of Egypt now. Kafr al-Sheikh Museum, Sharm al-Sheikh Museum, big Grand Egyptian Museum, Nemec Museum,
Yes.
New Capital Museum. So we display all of our intact objects in this museum. So for the visitor, it's a new thing. It's a new object display in this museum. So we need people to come to serve us, to know what's the civilization, or to know more about the civilization and the history of Egypt.
Also, sir, finally, I'd like to talk also about how these uncovered coffins still retain their original colors, which also shows the glory of Egyptian pharaohs. So tell us more about the colors and to what extent it is still fresh till now.
Yes, this is what I said before, the humidity.
Yes.
Humidity and the termites, it's against to the wooden.
Yes, okay.
So the wooden coffin, when we found any wooden coffin, and when we touch the wood inside our chats, we know it's had a termite. This place had a termite, or had the high humidity.
Yes.
It's a very, very big enemies for the wood. But this place, it's very, very dry place, no humidity in it, and also no termites. For that, we found it as I told you before, like you did it last time. And also, and he get down more than 11 meters down. So it's very, very dry place. So we found it, and also according to the ancient people, ancient pharaohs, ancient strategy, to use the natural, not the chemical colors. And he used the egg yolk and the egg yolk and yolk from the egg. One to be like something like glue, and one for the varnish or the polishing of the wood. So we found it with this layers in it above the decoration. So we found it as he believed it from the last time. And you can imagine we decide to open two for the first time.
Yes.
So yeah, you can imagine ago or since 2,500 still sealed, and we decided to open it in front of our media. So we opened two, and we found it well preserved case of mummy, and we found a lot of finds in the layer of wrapping, because we get the X-ray after the press conference, and we found some amulets sprayed in the layer of wrapping of mummy. So I said, until now we get
Yes.
more results, more finds, more mysterious still now. So we found and we search in our sites.
So, sir, do you expect, tell us more about the excavations that are currently taking place in Egypt.
We have a lot of concession, as I told you before, because now we are more 45 missions. We search
Yes.
for intact sites, intact concessions.
Yes.
Because before we started since 3 years ago, because we started three since ago, because according to the 2011 times, so 2011, so we started at, I think, in the beginning of 2017.
Yes.
So I said it since 3 years ago.
Yes.
We start to enlarge the number or decrease the number of Egyptian mission, and we started because we had a lot of very good people, good teamwork, good specialists in our field. So we search for a team, and we search for the sites of concessions beside to the foreigner. And you can imagine we make a light comparison now. Through 3 years ago, we are higher.
Yes, I'd like to thank
in
you,
our
Dr.
discoveries.
I'd like to thank you, Dr. Mohamed Al-Seaidy, Director of the Scientific Office of the Secretary General of the Supreme Council of Antiquities, for this precious information. And dear viewers, short break and we'll be back.